Guys, how's it going? So we are back out for another fun overnighter on a pretty chilly and breezy day. It is about 50 degrees with some pretty strong occasional wind gusts, but hopefully that's supposed to die off a bit throughout the day. It's already not nearly as bad as it was this morning whenever I woke up, but because of the wind, I wanted to come again to this area of the woods that just has these smaller pine trees in a spot where we've done our negative 12 degree wind chill overnight camp, just so we ain't got to worry about something you know, falling down on top of our head, or if anything that does fall, it shouldn't really do too much damage to us or our gear. And then now, speaking of gear, just, you know, you've already seen the title of the video. I want to take and bring out some Dutch military surplus. One of the items you guys have seen quite a few times now, and that is we have brought out our Dutch Gore-Tex bivvy. And then I've got this very swanky looking jacket. This is a Dutch KL field jacket. It's based off of, if I'm not incorrect, and any of you guys that are really big into a uniform history, feel free to correct me in comment sections, but if it's not based off of, it's very similar to the jacket, the M48 or M43, I'll put that up on the screen, that was used during World War II. But all the Dutch military surplus that I've found and that I've got has come from Go Army, so I'll make sure to link to all of that down in the video description. And then we've got a Dutch canteen and canteen cup. So that is the actual legitimate Dutch military surplus that we have on hand to use. And then a couple of things that I'll touch on that are kind of similar to that, that we use in place of the Dutch surplus that we don't have. Because I would like to have acquired more, but a lot of the stuff is either sold out or just didn't have time to get it. And this is something that, because of this type of gear, I need to do before it gets too hot outside. And luckily tonight we're going to be getting down to about 32 degrees. So I'm hoping we do get into those cooler temperatures. Coming in with the temps at 50, so the wind, like with all the wind gusts, probably, you know, hitting temps probably around 42-ish. I just have on a long sleeve moisture wicking shirt and this jacket hiking. It's been very, very comfortable. I had my hands in my pockets most of the time. This thing does have 4 nice large pockets on the outside. I've got my gloves in, both gloves in this one pocket, was carrying my phone in the bottom right pocket here, and then I just got a couple little doodads in the chest pocket. So with all that said, let's just take and jump into getting our bivvy and stuff set up. It's a really simplistic, basic setup. Not sure if we'll throw up a tarp. I don't think it's going to be that necessary. Now here on the top of the pack, this is a U.S. military self-inflatable pad, the Thermarest pad, and it's very, very similar to the Dutch self-inflatable pad. I mean, I didn't look at the specs, but just going off images, they look dang near identical. So I feel like that's a great fill-in, and this thing will be perfect for the temps and for the comfort of what we need to sleep on. So we got that. Another reminder, you guys, not going to be dropping the details in this video yet. Still trying to decide and iron out the details of how I want to do it. But there will be a giveaway of one of these Tasmanian Tiger 45-liter packs. This is a $500 plus pack. And in partnership with Tasmanian Tiger, we're going to be doing a giveaway on the channel. So make sure you're staying tuned, because the details of that giveaway will be randomly released in a video. So just so you know. Now, opening this bad boy up here at the tippity top, this is our Dutch canteen with the canteen cup and cover. We'll kind of get this out later, but that's just a little look at it. Really, really nice, solid looking canteen cup. Love the ergonomics of these things. That's not leaking. That's just where I guess there's just some residual water on it, but I like this cover too. You know, it's lined, so this thing would insulate your bottle a bit. And you got like the DPM style camouflage there on the outside. Just cool and interesting. There's our other hat that we'll need later. We have a hood on. But here at the top, we have got or Gore-Tex bivy. And like, this is a hoop bivy with poles, and I mean, this thing packs down pretty dang small. So now, from the times of using this bivy, along with all the other bivvies you guys have seen me use and continue to use, this one is for sure my top 3. Depending on how you go about comparing bivvies and tents and stuff like that, everybody's got their own little classification methods. You know, a hoop bivy and a regular bivy is, you know, they're technically the same thing, but they are in somewhat, you know, they're in their own subcategories. So really the only 2 hooped bivvies that I've used is this one and the Snug Pack hooped bivy. I believe it's Snug Pack Stratosphere is the name of it. I really like both of them, but this one does feel a bit more robust, and I think has slightly better breathability due to the fact that it is made of Gore-Tex, but both of them are really, really solid. But the one of the big standout things about this that I do like, I don't know if we'll utilize it depending on if the US mat will fit the right way, but this does have the straps and the corner like loops down here to where a mat can be fitted to the outside. So I'll make sure that I clear the area really well, and we'll see if that mat actually fits on the base of this, and we'll just set her out that way. Honestly, we could just take and put her at an angle like that right there, and then her head's already slightly elevated instead of running it this way like we did with our tent. Just want to make sure we clear this area out really well from sticks and stuff. There would be plenty of room in the bivvy to slide our sleeping pad if it doesn't fit. We've slept with other pads in the bivvy that was, you know, a decent bit thicker. But anything you can do to just give yourself as much room as possible for moving and rolling around and stuff. And yeah. So here's your pad. Before we put the hoop in. Awesome. But yeah, so we'll open this up. This is, you know, a self-inflating pad, which means that it will get a little bit of air in it on its own, but you're better off just go ahead and blow it up yourself. Cool deal. Not leaking. Now the only thing is, I'm off just by looking at it. I'm thinking this might be a bit more narrow than the actual Dutch pad. I don't even think that's quite as wide as my shoulder length is. But this, let's see, might still be, it might be about the exact same actually. I mean, yes, because that, the corners are holding on to that just fine. Cool deal. Pads down right there. Oh yeah. That's going to be just fine. And this does have a tie-off loop to where we could, you know, there's plenty of trees and stuff here to tie this off to, but I like using the pole. Very nice. And then in this front helmet pouch deal, we've got our sit pad and the extreme ratio kniff, because I'm not going to worry about really staking out the feet, I don't think, but we do need to stake out the top, and I didn't bring any stakes with me, so we'll just sharpen a couple of sticks. And we are going to go ahead and stake out the feet, that way we can actually have some tension on it. And I do hate that it is a completely sunny day, because all that does is just cause a lot of shadows on her for recording purposes. But and there is our beautiful Gore-Tex bivvy. So, nice thing about this full clamshell style opening. So I do have the Helicon-Tex Swagman roll with me to be multifunctional, so that if it does get really cold and windy, we can add that to our clothing system, but it is also going to be part of our sleep system. And then I've got a wool sweater that I'll put under this once you know, we get into evening and tonight. But so they'll stay out. But I do want to go ahead and get the sleeping bag in our bivvy. I'm just trying not to dry everything out. Also, something I brought with me that has weight to it is this new Miltech shovel, and I do want to do something with it. We might take and use it to kind of help set up our firebox stuff later. But that's something that, you know, this kit would be a whole lot lighter. Not that it's even heavy by my standards, but yeah, that's in there. So yeah, this is the Vertex Arizona bag. I have slept with it right close to freezing, about the temps we're gonna get to tonight, with you know, the appropriate clothing on, and was fine. But I think, you know, we paired that up with our Swagman roll. Plus, I've not had a good chance to really use this as a liner yet, so yeah, that's what we're going to be going with. Yeah, like I said, super nice and spacious inside, since we have our pad on the underneath outside. Always a good idea to just check for any holes or anything anytime you can think of it and you have a chance to. So the only thing I'm not sure of is if the zippers are going to be on the same sides, and if not, that's not a problem. You know, we've got plenty of room to maneuver around in this thing. Okay, yeah, so it does appear that the zippers are on opposite sides that's perfectly fine. And then we'll put, not sure exactly if I want to put the Swagman roll. I'll probably put the Swagman roll inside of this because this has a lot, this is a larger area than the Swagman roll is. So, cool deal. It is definitely now time to break out the wool sweater. So yeah, this is an Appalachian Gear Company alpaca wool hoodie. Unfortunately, I don't think this company is no longer in business. The last time I looked, they wasn't. But I absolutely love this hoodie. Fingers crossed. I don't know what happened there, but hopefully one day they restart things, because it works a charm. And then we put her hat on, we can wear her hood from this over that. And we'll see how this layering goes with just the wool and this. And then, as I said, we have our Swagman roll, which we already know just from that -12 wind chill day and what we had on it. Like, we'll be fine. But you know, we might actually need it, because now that the sun is starting to go down, the wind has not really died off. We're still getting the same consistent gusts. And this, you know, this timber here, where it's so dense, does cut it pretty dang well, but does not eliminate it at all. Boom, but now let's take a look at this Miltech shovel. So it's got this leather carrying and protective case on it. It's not MOLLE webbing, it is just a belt loop that is indicative of what this original design is based off of. So we'll just pop these straps open. It is very stiff because I've not used it. I just took it out of the case maybe 2 or 3 times since I got it. So that's something that'll break in with time. But that just slides out. That looks like. But some really, really solid feeling hardware over around. Like, this does not feel like a cheap knockoff of a tool. But it's really simple. So I mean, as you can see here at the head, it's a push button. So you push that in. I am going to take and you know, lube this, grease this a bit, and you can choose whether you want to just have the shovel extend out into a 90-degree or all the way out as so, and it'll lock in place. Then you also have this pick on the other end, which could be very, very handy. For what we're going to be doing, we really just need the shovel, so we'll fold that away for the time being. And I say we start and try out and see how this thing is with the shovel at the 90-degree mark. So that's fully locked in. Seems to be pretty solid. Then this right here is the area where we had flattened out and had our wood stove or firebox type stove before. Clear that out, because I brought the one Tigress firebox stove, but I want to try something to try to prevent the wind from affecting it too much. This thing feels really good. Right, I'm hoping that with this pin design, You know, unlike the screw to tighten versions of these shovels, with those you constantly have to keep tightening up the screw area, and I'm thinking that with this, that shouldn't be a problem. This thing right here is an absolute beast. It's not even having any issue with the roots or nothing. Yeah, that was even deeper than I thought I needed to dig to begin with. So, reposition. Because now this is our firebox stove. It's the titanium One Tiger stove. Do not remember the exact name of it. It just says One Tiger's Camping there on the label. That go. So primary square down, base in, and then this right here is actually an ash collector jig that can slide in the bottom here. So if you're trying to, you know, not leave any burn scars or anything, collect the ash. So we don't really need that for this. But what I was wanting to do is have this in a way to where we can have this in here. Still get good airflow. That it's kind of a very rudimentary windbreak for the majority of our stove system, because most of the wind is kind of coming from this way at the moment, but the wind is changing directions constantly just because it gets swirled through the mountains here. And then we've got lots of this dead yellow poplar in here because the pines have just took over, so the bark strips off real easy. There's really not even much of a need to get the knife out because this will just peel away from the bark whenever, this will peel away from the dead wood whenever you just take and break the limb itself. So I'm just going to strip a nice big wad of this stuff, and then we can just light it straight away. So I took and got some processed bark right there, some just straight up of that poplar bark that just straight off the tree, and then just some pine stuff already here on top. Here is some just regular, just decades old matches that I've been carrying in my pocket and using the book. You can see them things right there have been flattened as a flitter, and they've been taking in pocket moisture. So I want to see if this will work with these. I really am not super confident in the ability here. That right there, just grab that on the edge so that doesn't, I want to get like underneath there. Just got like a nice little quick break in the wind, but I can hear it's already making its way back. Well, I am hungry, so it's time for this canteen cup to see its first fire. So we're going to take and get some water boiling. That way we can have ourselves a meal. Got a VIDS Pro meal. I don't know the exact size of this canteen cup. I'm sure it's pretty standard, but it seems slightly smaller, so I'm just going to go ahead and fill it up a bit more. I just want to make sure I have plenty of water. I can go off feel and sight for how much water is needed in my meal. And then right there seems like the best point of balance for that. Just keep feeding it in from the front here. With the wind kind of, you know, sucking away the heat and stuff, it'll probably take it a bit longer than normal to boil, but right now we ain't really got nothing but time. So it does seem like this cup has a little bit of a rounded bottom. I might take, once I get back, and see if I can take a hammer and like slightly knock that in, because when it's on a flat surface, it wants to wobble around a bit, and that's not a huge deal, but when you have it on something like a grate like this, it's way more noticeable. So just something to keep in mind. I don't know if that's specific to these Dutch canteen cups or if that's just this one in particular. Because this is the meal we got tonight, the VIDS pork chili verde. I've only had this one once, and I remember it being pretty dang good. So I'm gonna take and open this bad boy up, get the oxygen absorber out of it, and just have it ready for whenever the water gets to a boil. Okay guys, so the water is almost done boiling, but I wanted to show all you gear fans the light that I'm going to be attempting to use for my headlamp tonight. This is the AA145 by Aurora. This is an EDC light that I am currently testing, and I'm going to be clipping it onto my hat. I do have one of my normal headlamps that I bring out with me. I would not just bring something like this out to test without having a full-size headlamp anyways. But this will clip onto my hat just fine, and this thing gets really, really bright, but I'll probably just be using the moonlight or the low mode and seeing how she goes. I've been carrying this one in my pocket just to play around with, and it's come in really, really handy. It's got some cool features, as you can see, but just so anybody, I know some of you will be wondering what I have clipped on my hat, and that is what this is. So definitely a nifty little light. Alrighty, so we got a nice bowl there. Just has started rolling. Get me spoon. That seemed like almost about the perfect little splash of water I did, but for the heat, we'll give her just a little bit more. And I'm going to stick this up in the lower end of my jacket, and we will wait about 12 to 15 minutes. A neat little thing to know is one of these meals will fit perfectly in one of your lower cargo pockets of this jacket. So, cool deal. And our meal is nice and rehydrated. I'm gonna cozy up to our fire here. And dig in. It's definitely getting chilly. Right now I am really thinking about after I eat this and this dies down, getting things situated, maybe even going ahead and crawling into our sleep system and like just watching, downloading stuff on my phone. But this meal, yeah, okay, I remember, yeah, this one was really good, and this one right here is really good. Exactly the kind of thing you want sticking to your ribs throughout the night. I'm going to take and eat this, and I'll get back with y'all whenever it's time to hit the hay. I thought the wind would have died down by now, though. Alright guys, well it's been about another hour and it's still super windy, so I'm going to go with that plan I told you. I mean, it's not that long before I hit hay anyways, but we're going to get our swagman rolling stuff out, finish setting up our sleep system. There's no chance of precipitation, so I'm not really that worried about my bag or anything. It's pretty water resistant and on its own. So my sit pad don't blow away, I'm going to tuck it underneath the top there. But we'll zip this open and get our swagman rolling in. This bad boy out. And I was trying to think if I wanted to go full envelope style or if I just want to take and make a foot box. And then kind of just have it tucked in around me, but I'd say it'd probably be easier if we just kind of, if we go full rectangular sleeping bag to begin with. So we'll just pop that open. There's no moisture or dampness to this jacket at all, so I'm going to use that as just a little bit of pillow, but like we are on a bit of a slant here, so that's good. Now let's let those get in this thing. So boots will go right here beside me. There's room for them in the head area, but there's a bit of mud and stuff caked on the bottom, so I'm just gonna, it'll be perfectly fine right there. Shed this. I'm kind of surprised at how well that just this thinner wool jacket or hoodie and then that jacket together performs. So like, I can see how if you had like the USGI type 100% wool thicker sweater, And then a jacket like that, you would be really warm. Swagman roll situated. Like that. Close up her bivvy. There's so much headroom, like there's so much storage room up here at the head area for a bivvy bag. I don't know, it's just really nice. So anyways guys, that's going to do it for me. As I said, like I can just take and roll over, and I've got like a perfect spot right here against this wall y'all can see down the road where I can prop up my phone and just get it lean against the bivvy and I can watch something. So that's what I want to do until I drift off. But hopefully it's not as windy in the morning. Hopefully the wind hasn't completely screwed the audio of this whole video. Either way, it's been fun so far, and I will catch back up with you guys in the morning. Oh, good morning guys. How's it going? Last night was a very comfortable night's sleep, as you gotta say. Luckily this morning it's not windy. That was the biggest thing. Is, you know, it's pretty windy. I mean, the whole time that I was asleep, I didn't really wake up much. Like I didn't wake up in the middle of the night, but I'm really glad it's not windy this morning. It'll make packing up a lot easier, walking out much more enjoyable. So gear done great. The Dutch surplus, again, this bivvy. I don't know the production rate of these things. I don't know if they're still being made or like what's going on with that. But if you ever get a chance, again, while they're in stock, I'll link to them. Like, you know, like where I got mine. But like this Dutch Gore-Tex bivvy is just so nice. Highly recommend. Like it is, like it is better than the United States Gore-Tex bivvy in that you have the hooped option. You got the stuff on the bottom to hold your pad in, and yeah, so like just all around, it's a real winner. Highly recommend. Anyways, guys, that is going to do it for this one. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you have not already. Share the channel and the videos with your friends, family. Anybody enjoys good old outdoor activities and gear. Lots of stuff, you know, coming. Even a vlog style travel video planned, if not one or two, to see if you guys like that type of stuff. But until the next one, guys, adios.